Yeah, I've met people in a number of different countries who are impacted by the water crisis, and you know, there are some pretty incredible moments. A year or two ago in Ethiopia, sitting in over a hand-dug well and watching these children who were pulling water out of this filthy hole that basically the water looked like chocolate milk. And to see these kids who were collecting that water in containers so that they could take it to school, so that they'd have something to drink during school. And it was just deeply affecting to know that this is a water that was so dirty that it was guaranteed to, you know, talking to some of the villagers there, you know, they knew quite well the number of children who had died in that area from drinking this type of water. So they were aware of the dangers of drinking that water, but they just didn't have a choice. And to be standing there with these kids and watching these little kids, the age of my children, smiling and taking this water that could and would in some cases make them very sick or even kill them, was a very deeply disturbing moment. And Gary White actually said to me at that moment, he saw me and he said, "I know you just want to smack it out of their hands, don't you?" He said, "But you know, what's the alternative? It's then they're dead within a few days because they've got nothing to drink." And so, to know that you're there in a place like that and 20 feet under your feet is you know, there's water right there. They just can't get to it. That was a very kind of that had a pretty big impact on me. I think what resonates with me most is when you see people living without clean water and they're forced to scavenge for water and basically use up all of their time just doing that, just trying to basically survive to the next day. You realize that they're in such a crippling cycle of poverty that it's just a death spin that they can't possibly get out of. And the impact that has on their lives. And to contrast that with when you see somebody who hasn't had clean water suddenly have it, and how their life just changes completely, and what it means for children, not just in terms of survivability, but also in terms of their hopes and dreams going forward, a chance at a real life, a chance at getting an education. Also, as a guy who has 4 daughters, this is a huge issue for women and girls. You know, the girls are often left to leave school and go find water, and that obviously has a huge impact on the quality of life that they can expect to have. And so those are some of the things that really resonated with me about water.